Greetings, friends, fellow berserkers. Just got off work, pretty tired, but I wanted to share this with you before I forget. As a life coach, a strength coach, and many other things, it's my job to listen, right? I can't learn anything, I can't help someone if I'm talking. When I'm one-on-one, it's my job to listen to people. The thing that people talk about the most, I have found, is relationships. That's fine. I'm always here to help, but I don't like talking about relationships. It's boring. It's mundane, but I want to tell you guys what I always tell them. What you need to understand before you get into a relationship with a person, place, or thing, whatever, is what you need to understand is about non-attachment, or some call it detachment. Now, what is non-attachment? Well, what it's not is it's not about not having shit. It's not about not owning things. It's not about going off into the woods, into a cabin or whatever, or a cave for the rest of your life and living alone. It's not about that. That's something completely different. Non-attachment is about deeply engaging, or just engaging with the world, person, place, or thing, engaging with it, and when the time comes, and it will, you're able to let it go, because you can engage with the world, person, place, or thing, and with this non-attachment, you maintain your own inner freedom, your own inner peace that's not dependent on other people, places, or things. And so everyone's a little different. We all have our own paths to walk, our own dharma to fulfill, right? And so in Vedanta yoga, I believe, there's two paths called the path of fire and the path of water. And to put it simply, the path of fire is like the path of becoming a monk, anything like that, anything just going off into the hard, fast, and nitty-gritty of spirituality, right? That path. And then you have the path of water that they call, and that's civilian life, essentially, like engaging in what about families and owning businesses and shit like that. And so in these two paths that everyone kind of splits off in these two paths of spirituality, it's our job to kind of figure that out, how to fulfill our dharma, essentially master our emotions, because that's what we're talking about. And that's what all the sun deities, really, that's what they all talk about. Jesus, Lisa, Buddha, Siddhartha, Krishna. It's all essentially about mastering your emotions. Once you can get a firm grasp on mastering your emotions, then you can start to engage in whatever type of a relationship. Because, we've all seen what it's like being with someone, friends or lovers, whatever, who cannot control their emotions. Fuck shit. And this is why I talk and say things like emotions aren't real, right? Because mastering your emotions isn't just about being happy all the time. Hell no, not at all. But when you don't have a firm grasp on your emotions, they get away from you. But when you've come close to mastering your emotions and you understand how to master your emotions, or on the path, then you start to see, for an example, a breakup, right? A betrayal. When you start to master your emotions, you start to see things like your person cheated on you, whatever. No, they didn't cheat on you. They didn't betray you. They betrayed themselves, morals and ethics. We've talked about this, right? You start to see things like that. When you master your emotions, you see things in a different light, from a higher perspective. And that's why I say emotions aren't real. It's just fuel. Lower base vibrations, just ready to be transmuted into higher ones. Breaking out that dross, baby. Put it in the fire, let it coagulate and purify, right? So, recap, before you decide to get in any type of relationship, especially romantic ones, non-attachment, seek it, become it, so you can master your emotions while you're on your path for whatever the end of the goal is, your dharma, so that you can refine that shit and pass it on. And then if you're on the path of water or whatever, then when you go to find a partner or whatever, you can show up healed. You can show up healed and not spend most of your time trying to heal the other person, because you can't fucking heal someone else, dude. You can't heal other people. And people never change. Don't forget that. People never change. Only their circumstances do, which forces them to change certain ways. right? So I hope that helps. Oh, one more thing. Before you start in with the whole emotions aren't real and drilling me with 100 questions, I always hear, well, if emotions aren't real, then how about love? You're saying I don't love isn't real? No, love is not an emotion, okay? Love is not an emotion. Love, true love, unconditional love is not an emotion. It is the highest state of being there is. That's what Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, all of them, they talked about it. So take some time to think about that before you blow my shit up with DMs. But even so, I'm here. Moon Talk, hit me up. And as usual, fucking love you. Namaste.